Okay, from here, like this, okay? So you see you got 90-degree angles. Up as far back as you can, and down, scarecrow. Up, stay in horse stance, and down, up, and down. One more time, up, and down. Good, okay, from here, palms together. Notice again, this is when I talk to you guys about big muscles in your body. I talk about rounding your back, and when I say round, it's curved around here, and then snapping straight like this. This is a back rounding exercise. So I push my palms together, I'm pushing together, and my back, my shoulder blades separate, right? I'm stretching across my back, and now I'm gonna reach behind, I'm gonna clasp my hands, I'm gonna push the heels of my hands together, I'm gonna push my arms down and straight, I'm gonna push my chest up. For those of you who are really flexible, pull your arms away from your butt. But open your shoulders and chest and push them up. Good, I wanna make sure the upper body's loose too because we're gonna be swinging that sword, although not very high. Now, I did this last time. I'm gonna switch it one more time, same thing. Lean them around, I'm pushing the tips of my shoulders, I'm pushing them together like this. This is like a good chamber. Good, now when I reach in back, I interlace like this last time. This is my right pinky closest to you. I'm gonna make sure my left pinky is out. Same thing. Always want to balance. Good, okay. Everybody face here if you get it. Turn attention. Nah, so I'm telling you that.
Nah.
Go ahead, get your sword, get your baseball bat. It doesn't have to be that big. It can be a 3-foot stick. The one thing I need you guys to think about with all of our weapons is this thing is only valuable, it's at its most valuable when I'm using this side of it. This side doesn't matter, the hip back doesn't matter. You can use this as a striking implement, but for the most part, the idea is that the sword is important because of the plate of the edge, and the edge moving, you can see right here, the edge is moving. If I turn it a little bit now, the sword's moving on a plane and the edge is pointing on a different plane. So we're gonna work on sword basic, just some of the movements, and then we're gonna get into sword 2. I'm gonna teach you towards you first, and then I'm gonna go back and you're gonna have to, I'll show you the turn, and then we'll move it around. So from here, everybody face here. It was fun, Mr. C. Good, Mr. C's got it. Get everybody, turn attention. Wow. So remember, yang gong, long blade. So remember, first move, we're gonna step out into a front stance, and again, you see here, you'll be able to see on me that sword moving from hip to shoulder, stepping out, like that. And again, you got good angle here. Elbows high, turning to your left. Keep the sword up, cutting. Just vertical cut. Draw back here. And again, notice a lot of you guys tend to hold the sword in here or down here. I'm just holding it in a natural, like this right here. This is, if I had a 30-pound dumbbell, I could hold it like this for a long time. If I had it back here, it would drop. So from here, now I drop the sword, stepping forward. Okay, right foot, and then back. Remember, this is the opposite going forward. Touching the shoulder, left foot steps, 45 degrees, cutting here and here, not all the way down. Cutting. And back. Nice and relaxed. This way. And back. Fighting stance here. Turn the blade sideways and sawing the side of someone's neck. You notice the height. And back. Remember, this is a T stance. It's going to be very deep. It's going to be like tiger stance. Stepping back, make sure your high block is good. Notice the sword pointing down and around the block. 2. Back up here. Holding the sword like this. Behind me, you can see it's not sticking out yet. Behind. Out. Behind. Out. And again, down the blade, left foot goes back. Like this. From here, this should be narrow. It should not be wide like this. It's narrow. From here, pushing out. Okay, borrow. So, and again, pushing back where you started. A couple things I'm going to point out. We're going to do that again. You notice you can see when I'm facing you exactly where that's cutting. I see it travel from here to here. When I pivot and do the same thing, I come high here, I'm doing the same thing. You can see the foot traveling from shoulder to hip. when I'm doing these cuts, 1, 2, and that's a little wide right there. And again, it's the angle. I should be going to this camera. 1, 2, like that. So I'm cutting a notch right here. I'm not going down below like below like abdominal level. When that. The other thing is, again, remember we talked about this. You get people with dinosaur arms. You get people with big swings. But if you notice, and it's easier to see in this camera, how much of my arm's going up and down? Down a little with the left arm, up a little with the right, but it's mostly pulling back with my left, right? So there's a little bend, there's a little extension, and this is very much like nunchucks for you guys. I need you to realize that our weapons are all pretty much the same, simulating empty-handed combat when we do this, okay? So back again one more time. Trick. Good. So, say Django no Choda. Good. All right. Cut. Up. Over, say hi. You see 90s here. Turning. Turn. Back. Stepping out, fighting stance. Here. Sorry, take that back. My mistake. Watching. You guys keep flipping there. So, from here, we just did our up and there. From here, drop, thrust. And back, stepping. And back, got good control. Right foot steps. Yes. And back, and again, natural position, nice and relaxed. Stepping back, looking. 1. Around, like a blocking motion. 2. Back. Here. Thrust. Out. Thrust. Out. Back left. Here. Here. Over. And out. Like that. Good. And borrow. One other thing I want to point out. When we're doing these thrusts, so we do leg cut 2, we come up here. If you notice, I'm not thrusting back parallel with my chest. I need to get in behind. It's like someone's standing right behind me. I need to hit them in their center line. So when I do this, if you can see, I'll try and hold the sword in the way where you can see it. It's not going straight back. That would just mean I nicked the guy's ribs. I've got some angle. So it's going behind me, pulling it out, right? It's not here because I miss behind me there. Think about what you're doing. One more rep and then we're going to go to sword 2. So, everybody, good, so here we go. First draw, and remember, this is supposed to be a draw and a cut. It's one and done. Stepping out. We control the sword. High. Wait for it. Back. Good. Drop. Thrust. I stepped left-footed last time. I've been doing too much of this inverted. From here, stepping. 1. No, did not hit below my wrist. Back. Here. Back. Stepping. Back you go with the right side. Ready? 1. Nice. Around. 2. And back. Thrust. Draw. Thrust. Draw. Back. Here. And from here.
Really quickly, Jonas, when you're doing the low leg cuts and you're moving from the first one to the second one, the sword needs to get behind you. It has to go behind your head like a blocking motion.
I'm going to go back to that really quickly because some of you have heard me say this. I mentioned this to you before. One of the tough things about, one of the toughest, it's probably a good thing about the restrictions is I'm running out of things to watch. So Saturday night, 9 o'clock, 9:15, my wife's tired, go to bed. And I put on the movie The Last Samurai. I didn't have to pay for it. It was on Netflix or whatever. And I enjoyed the story of that movie, but I would tell you to watch that movie just for the sword fight scene because clearly whoever choreographed that knew what they were doing. And what Master Vendetti's talking about is after I do the cut here, we're gonna do it in sword 2. I'm doing this, but I'm doing it in a very aggressive fashion. We're going to do it in sword 2, like I said. So if I'm here and someone's trying to cut at me, a vertical cut here, I go like this to block. Goes all the way around me like that. So if I turn my back to you, see I'm blocking here. So what I've got is I've got this sword as a vertical protection. all the way around my body. We are never going to helicopter the sword. We're going to use it like we're scratching our back with it, like we're scratching your back with it here. Okay? So we need to be able to use the sword properly. Most importantly, we need to understand that there's no wasted motion in this. These are all prepared positions right here. It might be here. There are a lot of different kind of guard positions for the sword. There are situations. We used to have a sword, a series of sword cuts that we did that involved a reverse grip, like this. This has value as well. We do it with a dagger. The same thing applies to a sword because there's nothing wasted. Okay, so we're going to move on to sword 2. And again, I'm going to come down the middle. I'm going to show you the turn, and then I'm going to back up. Okay, so because if I'm standing with my back to you, going 1, 2, like that, it's not going to make a lot of sense. Okay, so everybody, you're going to need a little more room. And again, you can shuffle for this. Good. So the first move is to draw with a small step. Okay, it's not a front stance. Now watch your ceilings. Make sure you keep the back of the sword close to your head until it gets here. It goes out. It doesn't go up. Hit my width when I get here, and then I go out. Okay. So I got my small step. I'm gonna rock back. Good front stance. I've seen you guys do these cuts, and some people struggle with this. Notice my feet. I'm gonna rotate. 1. Flip my hands over. Same footwork. 2. Left foot steps in front of right. 3. You can see this. It's not flat. It's not here. It's on an angle. Downward, 45. 4. I'm going to back up. Good. Stepping reverse thrust. Yeah. When you step, stay there. When I step to thrust, notice it's pointing right where I want it to go. I don't let it go here. I'm going to keep it here. Now, this is my left foot. This is my right. What I'm going to do, and I want you all to try it, and then we're going to back up. If I'm going to turn, I'm going to do a replacement step. So imagine, left and right, I'm going to have right, and my left is going to be there. So, and again, I'm going to block as I go around. So from here, turn, there. So, now I backed up, we turn. I'm going to shift my lead leg onto my center line, and then I'm going to thrust in the crane stance. Rock back, 1, 2, and slow back. We'll do that one more time. I want to do that one more time. So we jump and turn. So I'll show you what it looked like. So I was here. I'm going to jump and turn there. And now, shift on my center line, thrust, abdominal. Walk back. 1, 2, 3. Now this is green. I see your swords all the way out here. I need the sword. Way guard outside this head. Tip of the sword way out of here, so it's protecting my head. It's deflecting down and out. From here, 45-degree down cut. And then from here, again, watch the footwork. Hips. 1, 2, left in front of right. 3, 4, and then step. Switch. Remember, again, right knee comes up, and I'm just going to put my right knee down. It's almost like I'm backing into a right foot forward front stance here. So from here, there. And hopefully, master ready for turn. We're doing that as well. So I'm going to come back. Okay, so we just turned. So we went down, we came back, and we turned. And this is the orientation we'd actually have if we were doing this form. We're going to move this way. So what I do is sword comes together here, and again, down cut 1. This is the only width that it has. And now I'm going to bring it across on the step, leg cut 2. Notice where my left hand is right here. Left hand bladed like this. You'll see it in a second. Drawing, keeping low, and again, it's against my back. 1. And then I'm going to do the same thing. 2. This is designed for a right hand. I'm going to move closer. Now I'm going to do a replacement step. Just watch where you are. I'm going to put my right foot where my left is, just like before, but I'm going to step back. I'm blocking fighting stance like that. So let's all try it together. You know, around me, down cut. Go with left hand here. Keep the blade over. Shift forward front stance. Yeah. Hey. The idea, again, remember, so I do the form, and I end up here. I don't turn, I come on, cross, block, or cut, block, and then I go back and I repeat. So I'll do the first part again. I'll come back there. We'll do it towards you again, and it's going to have this thrust, rock, block thing. But that's the only thing that's really different, okay? So,
Master Barnes, when you get to the jump and turn, it might be helpful just to do that a couple of times.
okay, well, why don't we do that here? Are you talking about both of them?
The first one, I think, would be helpful.
Here, hold on. Put your sword down for a second. So if I told you to put, we're going to walk through it. Put your right foot next to your left, and step back with your left. So that's what we're doing. So put your right foot next to your left, and step back with your left. Okay, now, what I want you to do this time, you're going to put your right foot here, but you're not going to put it down, and then you're going to hop. Yeah. So from here, you're in a front stance, right? I don't care what your hands are doing. Up, up, and back. Think of a replacement step, right? What if I told you to do a replacement step with a 180? That's what that is. So normally when we're doing replacement steps, boom, like this. Or doing a kick, boom, like that. So from here, you're just going to do a replacement step with a 180, okay? Now, the other one, and that's where thank you very much, because the other one, I'm going from here, and I'm not turning 180, I'm turning 90 degrees, like that. So if I told you, take that way with your left foot forward in the front stance, and I want you to hop and land with your right foot forward in a fighting stance. That's it.
Miss Alden, start with left foot forward and don't turn your back towards the camera.
Yeah, yes, very, thank you, very good. So again, oh yeah, she's doing it the hard way. We're doing the easy stuff. I'll just pick my knee up and twitch. Okay, now for the senior belt 2 notice form already, I want you guys, make it dramatic. For me, it's like I'm coming around like this. I can do this, but make it dramatic without sounding like, so right, so, to me, by the way, the footwork is the same as this in O-jump. Same thing, for me. And hopefully, I don't know if it's right or not, but hopefully you guys will get it. For me, the more I learn, the sooner I get, because everything came from someone else. Okay, so we're gonna try this again. Thank you, Master Lady. Everybody take attention. Yeah. So this is Jang Him Edon. So from here, draw, small step, rock back, big cut, front stance. Now again, always over the lead leg, stepping, footwork here, twist. 1. Open the lead foot when you step. 2. Step in front. 3. Remember, it's not sideways, it's not forward, it's about halfway between an angle down. 45-degree down cut. 4. Pull back thrust. Yeah. We're all going to try to switch here. Remember, this is just the 1, 2, like that. But I'm going to bring the sword around when I do this, right? So I want to go like this up and bring it down. I'm going to bring it around and back. Around and back. So jump turn. Here. Back up. So now you
Gotta stop grabbing the blade of your sword.
So it's left foot. Boom. Who's grabbing his sword?
Jonas.
We're gonna call you Stumpy. You gotta act like it's a real sword. A sword like this is a real sword. You go like that, your finger falls off. Okay? So I'm gonna your front stance, shift center line, dropping. I'm sorry. So I got to boom. From here, shift center line, thrust. 1, 2, 3. Down, cut front stance. One into you. From here, turning. 1. Right across here, very level. Flip. 2. Step in front. 3. 45-degree down. 4. And Jason, I saw you. So you went from left foot in front. A lot of people are doing this. From here, watch. There. Pull back thrust. Yeah. Hey. If you guys could set up a zoom of yourselves, it would help a lot. Because I can see myself and I can stay right there. So I went left in front. I'm looking right at myself. Seeing the cut right where I wanted to, right down here. So we just did reverse thrust, now we're going to go our replacement step again. And then I'll back up. So we cut here. Remember, it goes around like this and comes around. So replace here. And now this is the orientation we would have towards the end of the form. You'd be far away if the camera's the instructor. Now remember, this always messes with people. Bring your right foot to your left, stand up. Notice my knees stay bent, I stay level. Downward cut, 1. This is standing up way high. And then from here,
Switch feet, Miss Alvin.
2. Good front stance, left hand. Draw the right foot in. Stepping out, 1 downward cut. Same cut, but to the right, but it's away from the camera now. And notice this, like a chambered hand, that I open it, turn it sideways, locking in front. Somebody's trying to slice like this. I'm going to knock it to the side and counter. Around and counter. Reverse it, finish it. Yeah. And retreating in the bar off. So, one thing I want you guys to think about, and I've spoken with the instructors about this, and I've spoken to other people about this too. The way we should technically be doing these forms is starting with this, right? So the first move is, and the last move, I go, like that. And it would involve this. You're always thinking starting and ending with scab. Same thing with the dagger, okay? So, I believe sword 2 is up as a tutorial. It's honestly, it's not a terribly complex form in the grand scheme of things, not like the nunchuck forms are. And I'm looking at my monitor. What I'd like to do is I'd like to, the last part of the class, I'd like to work on the beginnings of yoke jump. And that's because I know Jonas had asked for it for last week and I didn't get to it. Jonas had sent a request. Gunnar, I know you want to work on Chuck 2 and Paul John. We'll figure that out at some point. Or you want to work on Chuck 2, but you don't think you can in the space that you have available. So, by the way, anybody who likes dog watching, come down to Wayne. Oh my God, Mr. Ian Edson. And I don't know if any of you have French bulldogs. Wow, there are a lot of those around. So, we're going to start with yoke jump. Okay? So, and again, this is the last empty-handed form you learned from it actually is reserved, 5 and 6. First half and second half. So, chicken. You got it. Go. Okay, so, Samurai yoke jump, Chumbi. Open your left hand. 1, 2. And then you're going to Shitsu. So from here, and I always think about making a triangle up. So to me, and hold on, stay right there for a second. For those of you who know it, I always think of doing without that. And then out. You picture yourself reaching inside someone's shirt, twisting, pull back. Okay? Turning to your right, left foot leads. You're going to square your hips. 1, square your hips. Jump sideways, high block. Whoa. Stepping. I miss our mats. Hands here, step forward, high knife.
Switch feet, Steph.
Stop. Was that Nusra then?
I was just telling Stephanie to switch her feet.
Stop. Now, elbow drop. Big circle. Here. Watch, and I'm going to back up. So it's 1, 2. Back leg grind. Kick. Punch, punch. Now, this is a move that everybody struggles with. I'm going to back up. Chamber, all the way this way. Low block front stance. Finish the front stance. Slide back punch.
Jonas, left foot out in front.
So let's get here one more time. Imagine, reach out and grab the person. Turn your heel in. Notice I let my elbow come behind me. Punch. Good. Now big circle again. Right hand behind left. Cross. Same motion. Good. Back leg. Front. Punch, punch. Now this is a good angle for it. You do a line right through my ankle. Straight back. I have to land back on that with my left foot in this position. So for me to back, here. Step lock.
So Zach Ward, you're moving forward towards the camera.
So we jump back away from the camera and then step straight ahead. So this is this. Now, we're going to turn. It's going to be, and these front steps are going to be a little narrower. I'll move this way. So from here, we're going to turn. 1, right hand striking, left hand blocking. 2, switch. Right? So stay there. So I turn. So I went here and I went block, and then it's 1, 2, like that. So from here, this is as far as we're going to go. We'll go back and do it again. Back leg, you're going to do a kick towards me. Look at my feet. 1, 2. Back, I can see myself. 1, 2, like that. Okay, we're going to do that part again. The jumping and the crane stances. Master Vendetti knows this, and I've heard her teach it too. When you do these motions here, you notice if I'm looking right at you, I want to be like, I want to be a flat line. I don't want this out here, right? The other thing is if I turn sideways, you can see it's a 90-degree angle. It's not an accident. I spent a lot of time on that. The image you want against the wall. I know it's hard to see with the colors here. And I got my shoulder blades against the wall, my elbows and upper arms against the wall like this. So when you're doing those motions, we go from here, for example, we go from here and we do this. Look at how much turn we get to get into that next move. So it's 1, 2, nice and hard. So do that one more time. Ready? Turn it. Yeah. Good. I'm going to go a little chubby. Come on, look down.
Someone look down.
Someone down, sir.
1. Mr. Guys has heard this, Dr. Chief's heard this, I think Mr. Munch and Mr. Tuchberg. You can do this, as boring as I'll get at, you can do it. I want to impress someone, so I'm going to, like that, okay? So, nice exhale. So remember, triangle up, out, palms down, you reach inside someone's shirt, and you pull. That's a headbutt, or a choke. Good. So we twist. Remember, square your hips. Square. Going straight. Square. Hop back. Sideways. Stretch. Up. Remind me, I want to do some dynamic tension stuff before we started this, but I got sidetracked. From here, high knife. Knife hand on top. Back spinning. Stop. Elbow. Stop. Finish the top with good hip. Drop elbow. Now, big circles from here. Big circles here. 45 to the right. Block. I'm still on a 45-degree angle. Back leg. Good front kick. Kick. Punch. From here, on top. Make sure you finish the first move and then you finish the second move. I got people who finish the first move and never finish the second, and people who never finish the first, but they finish the second. You can't do the fighting stance until you finish your front stance. And once you finish your front stance, you've got to do a fighting stance. It can't be something else. So from here, turn. 1, 2.
Jonas, left foot, left hand does the low block. Left low block. There you go.
There you go. Good. Stay there for a second because I want you guys, this is where I want that to end up. So from here, I want it to be, but it's like that. Okay, big circle, 45 to the other side. Here, cross, block. We're repeating what we did before. It's going to be a left foot front kick.
Zach, you're going 45 degrees to your left, but still moving towards the general direction of the camera.
Like Sajjan, or Samjan rather.
Yes, ma'am.
Good, set, and punch. Now remember, straight line, you look at that big target behind me. I'm gonna jump back about 2 feet. If you don't wanna jump, you can step and do it like that. But it's more aggressive to jump and catch yourself. Now, knife hand block. Good, good. Turning. 1. Barrel looking at, and I'm gonna get back center. Get this right. I want you to have a boatload of hip rotation into the grunt strike and then back out of it. So I'm here, back leg, front. 1, 2, 1. Good, okay, bar up. We're gonna do more of that. We're also gonna do Shih Tzu next week. I know I did one class. But what I wanted to work on for just a minute, it's such a big part of those two forms, is dynamic tension as a concept. You do something fairly easy, and most of you have done this drill. You do it with a partner. What we're gonna do is we're gonna set up, we're gonna do low block, and we're gonna do it left 2 times and right 2 times. And I'm gonna show you how it applies. The way we're gonna do it, remember, dynamic tension, it's about muscular tension. You're moving your body slowly. But imagine you were moving the heaviest weights you could. That's what this should feel like. Now, here's the other thing I would tell the adults. It's all right here. If you're slack here, you can't be as tight as you need to be here. So what I've always thought about, Ms. Linton, Katya's heard this a million times and stuff, because I'm trying to get her to look heavy, which is difficult, is imagine you've got a grape or a walnut or something in your belly button. When you do this, you're squeezing like you're trying to crush it. The other thing I want you to notice is, I can do this with this good rotation, and everything finishes together. If you do summer hill jog in dynamic tension and you're not sweating like I am right now, you're not doing dynamic tension right. So we're gonna step forward and then step back. We're gonna do it twice left and then twice right. And then I wanna do one move from Shih Tzu. It's the same concept. So from here, stepping forward again. 1, yeah. Now squeeze. And back. You should be, every muscle in your body, you should be squeezing from your feet all the way up through your shoulders, okay? Not so much your neck. One more time from here. And make sure everything stops together, okay? One more time from here. Oh, that's tough. I feel that all the way back here. And again, for me, it's that squeezing, right? If you put your hands behind you like this, and you had someone on either side pushing on your palms, right? And you were pushing back, everything gets tight there. Your belly's like that. Okay, so we're gonna try the other side one more time, twice. From here, right side. So again, step out, with my feet, and squeeze everything, belly button. Good, and back. One more time, same thing, in order to do this move from Shih Tzu, because it really applies. It's also from Seishan. So, wait, Wang Shu. So from here. Good, bar up. The reason I want to do this is when we do Shih Tzu, we'll do it next week. Shih Tzu is a very heavy form. Its animal sign is the bear. It's not a lumbering form because it's kind of slow and it's got a lot of dynamic tension. But what we're going to do, because this is another move, is this motion right here. If you watch, it's like I'm smearing like that. It's a counter move. You notice a couple things. One, outside edge of this hand meeting with the outside of this shoulder. It's about shoulder height. This, inside edge of this hand meeting with this shoulder. So it's this. I'm trying to think, actually, we'll do it this way, because I was doing a counter, okay? So we'll step right foot first, so left hand is low, left hand comes up. The other thing I want to show this to you from the side, it's not this. Arms cross. So when I say smear, I'm smearing my forearms. Like that, okay? So we're gonna chamber like this, step out here. And again, think about your forearms, shoulder, chest. If you think about a downward block, and a ridge hand. Remember, this is dynamic tension, but this is what it's simulating. That's what it is. So from here, same thing one more time. And we're going to work on this thing again. Think about this, not this. Okay? One more time from here. Crossing. Everything.
Pay attention to the fact that Master Barnes finishes his stance at the same time that his hands stop moving. So he doesn't get into his stance and then slowly move his hands. It's that stance locks at the same time that his upper body locks.
That's entirely the point that I'm trying to make. The idea, thank you, Master Vendetti. The idea behind what Master Vendetti is saying is in full speed. So if I'm doing dynamic tension with a reverse punch, if you don't do it, if you're not locking your lower body and your upper body, what people tend to do is they tend to go like this. They tend to go, right? They go. It's all one piece. And in dynamic tension, I'm just slowing it down. Dynamic tension is one of the best ways to get your timing right. So we're going to step with our right foot, right arm down, and we're going to smear like this. And remember what Master Vendetti is talking about. And I'm not going to do the dynamic tension part because it takes a lot of effort, but so I'm going to stay relaxed. But look, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. I'm delivering it. It's all happening in front of me. Right? So, from here, 2 more on this side, 2 on this side. So right hand down, open the left foot, step out, squeeze everything, squeeze down, and McBean. Cross your arms, there you go. Oh, you should be squeezing your butt too. Quads, butt, everything back here, everything in here, like that. One more time from here. And again, from here, when you're ready to do dynamic tension, push down, push down. Good, and borrow. It's an exercise in making yourself heavier, right? You guys don't think you can make yourselves heavier, but I guarantee you, there are people, and I've shown people. Mr. Minkowski comes up behind me, wraps his arms around me, around my chest, and picks me up. And then I go like this, right? Anybody who's picked up a 50-pound bag of cement, like before it's been mixed with water, knows. Doesn't have handles. Every time you grab one space, the other space bends, and so on and so forth. So dynamic tension is about making yourself heavier. Heavier is pushing down. Lighter is up. So, like I'm fixing concrete. Okay? So, everybody face here together. Cheering tension. Nah. Vamos a mirar. I'm going to come talk to you guys for a second really quickly. So, we'll take y'all off mute. Gallery view, participants, unmute all, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna do my best to feed your desire in this class to learn new stuff. But I would tell you all, like I told the advanced class yesterday, this is a time to improve your fundamentals. If that's why I'm going to be a little, I'm going to feed my geeky technical side with you guys. I really am, because if you apply the technical concept to your technique, everything you know from basic block set up to Yukjang up to Seishan, Wangshu, will all be better. The other thing is what we did today, and I know it's I'm trying to address things that we see that we try and address over and over again in the school, but you need to think about it. Like weapons, the angle, as opposed to it moving like this, the angle of the blade and the plane. You also see even my arms move in conjunction. In other words, I don't have it like this, where this part of my arm moves. It's all on the same line. This is efficient because the joint's working in a similar direction. So you focus on stuff like that. And the other thing is everything locking together. I want to make sure that if Steph Folk gets attacked by a 180-pound guy and she hits him, however much she weighs, the 98 pounds that she weighs, she's got 98 pounds of force traveling at 15 to 20 miles an hour, hitting the right spot. Because trust me, a big guy, it won't matter. You got that thing moving 20 miles an hour. And imagine getting hit with a 98-pound weight in the gut at 20 miles an hour. That's the idea. And that's why what Master Vendetti was saying about everything locking together, it means my legs are driving the technique and it's all working as what Dr. Chu would talk about as a kinetic. Legs from the ground, way up. Dr. Chu's arms are a little bit late. I'm watching. So, no, but it's this. And there's a that turn. It all happens together. That's what that punch is, as opposed to that punch. At the same time. Right? So make sure you understand. And if anybody has any feedback, you can talk to me offline as long as it's served. I want to know, blah, blah, blah. I'm fine with that. But I'm going to the technique that I have. Right? And I'm still going to give Dr. Chu a hard time because his hands are just finishing a little bit later than his left. Dr. Chu, as hard as he works, and I've got things that I've got to work on, and I've really discovered a lot of them since I've been doing it. So, but keep working on it. Keep pushing. Keep asking more of yourselves. And it's not about learning more. I can tell you, Mr. Minikowski remembers the days when people, and I think Dr. Chu too, you had to know 11 empty-handed forms, 3 staff forms, 30 different one-steps to get a black belt. What's the one thing that people think is important when they get to black belt? Learning a lot of stuff. That's not what's important, right? Jack of all trades, master of none? Not us, okay? So those underlying fundamental techniques. So if you guys came to a basic class, don't come to a basic class because I got little ninjas in there so I can make it look kind of jokey and gamey. But you come to the advanced classes, I'm going to do some stuff for you and I'm going to do some stuff for the green belts and purple belts. This class is for you, so I'm going to put you hard on the technical, okay? Okay.